I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate.
And today we're doing a preview of a game coming to Kickstarter soon called Overstock by Play for Keeps.
And right here we have a prototype version of the game. The final components, artwork, cards, everything you see here is going to look different. We'll include some of the updated artwork and some images later on in this video, so make sure to check that out. Make sure to also check out the link in the description down below after you watch this video. Anyhow, Overstock is a game in which you are trying to get the right sets of toys from 90s nostalgia. So we've got things that look like Tamagotchis, Furbies, what else is in there? Beanie Babies, Yo-Yos, yeah. And so this is a clever card game that you are going to be trying to manage what is popular, but also what is in your warehouse. Let's take a look at it on the table. All right, I have Overstock on the table here, and I do want to remind you that everything that you see here is prototype. As I am showing you this segment of video, I am going to put up images of the updated artwork on this game so that you can see just how different it's going to look. And this new artwork is fantastic. It's going to bring you right back to the 90s, especially if you were a kid of the 90s, such as myself, and really will make you remember those Furbies and Tamagotchis and such. So check that out. Now, how this game works, thematically, you are in charge of a toy warehouse trying to stock up the popular items, limiting the non-popular items in your warehouse, but also influencing what is popular itself. So how you will do this, for setup, everybody is going to get one card dealt to them face up that they will keep out in front of them. This is their warehouse. And then there's going to be one card in the center of the table face up, and that is going to be what is popular. Everyone else will get 6 cards dealt to them that they'll keep in hand, and then you can remove the rest of the cards from the game. You don't need them. Now, the turn is very simple. With your 6 cards, you're going to choose one card to play for that round. There's only 6 rounds in this game. And so I might pick this card right here, because on these cards, you're going to have 6 sections that are probably going to contain a crate of some sort of toy in them, or it may not have anything at all. And so you can see here, I've got 2 crates of Furbies here on the top. I've got some Yo-Yos right here, a Tamagotchi there, and Beanie Babies right here. Now, you are also going to possibly have workers on some spots. I'll come back to what workers mean here in just a minute. But whatever card you pick, you're going to place down, face down in front of you like so. And everybody's going to do this at the same time. And once everybody has played a card, then we reveal. And whoever's card is lowest with the number on them, so you can see every card has a number on them, they are going to get to go first that round, and the next player will be whoever's next lowest, and so on and so forth. So this person played a 5, so they would get to go first. Now you have 2 choices on your turn. You can play your card either in your warehouse or on the popularity. Those are your 2 choices. And how you do this is you're going to be covering up 1 or 2 spots that have toys on them. So, for instance, I have to cover up at least 1 spot, and I might cover up that yo-yo right there. Or I can cover up 2 spots, and I could cover both of those spots like so. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to connect like segments of toys. So, for instance, if I did this, I would have connected the yo-yos to create a 4-section of yo-yos. And that would be how that would work. Now, I could not, however, do this because I have to cover at least 1 or 2 toys. Empty spaces don't count as anything, so I could not play like that. You also cannot play diagonal. It has to be perpendicular to the cards. Now, if I am playing on the popularity, I am controlling what is popular. So if I do this, currently, the most popular toy is going to be yo-yos. And the next most popular toy would be Furbies. You get the idea. That's if I play on the popularity. Now, if I play on my own warehouse, I am going to be influencing what I have the most of. So if I played right here on top of that Beanie Baby, that would be a legal move because I am covering up 1 space. And I now have a section of 6 yo-yos that are touching. And so 6 is obviously my highest. Now, the way scoring works in this game, whatever the popularity is, the segment. So let's pretend, for instance, that it looked something like this and Furbies were 3. I've got 3 Furbies out here. I'm going to take the number here, 3 in this case, and multiply it by whatever I have out here. And let's just pretend that it was like this. I would have 4 Furbies. So 3 times 4 is 12. I would have 12 points from that. And I would do the same for all of the other toys. There's 4 types of toys in this game. Now, here's the catch. Whichever is the most popular in the popularity is actually going to score negative points. And the theme behind that is that that toy has hit its peak. The craze for it is going to start to die down. And your supervisors are going to want to know why on earth you stocked up so many toys on a toy that's already reached its peak. So you're going to get negative points for that. So in this case, 3 times 4 would actually be negative 12. That's bad. You don't want that. Now, there is an advanced variant too, where you can say that whatever your biggest one in your warehouse is actually going to only score you half points. So in this case, I would have 5 yo-yos, and 5 times 1, because there's only 1 yo-yo out here, would be 5. But if I'm playing this advanced variant, then I would only get half, and so that's actually 2.5. And the theme behind that is that you are keeping too much stock on a hot commodity. Your supervisor wants you to sell that. Why on earth would you have so many in your warehouse? That's the kind of idea there. Now, these workers, let's come back to those workers. Workers are kind of going to be like an obstacle to make the game a little more difficult and frustrating for you. You can never place a card on top of a worker because that would just be cruel and unusual work conditions. So for instance, I could not do this. I can't cover up a worker. And that's pretty much the gist of the game. You play 6 rounds, again, using all the cards in your hand. Whoever has the most points is the winner. You can keep track on your handy-dandy score pad here. And you can see here it's got a space for all the different types of toys and a spot to put your final score. And that's the gist of the game. Let's go back up top and we'll share our thoughts on this one.
All right, we're back. And right now we're going to share our thoughts on Overstock and let you know what to expect for it and help you decide whether you should back this game or not. This is just a simple little card game, right, Sam?
Yeah, it's very easy to play, very quick. I love the artwork on it. It's very, I mean, I know this is just a prototype, but it definitely brings you back to the 90s.
Absolutely.
For sure. I had every single one of these toys.
I don't think I had the Furby, but I had just about everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely does bring you back to it. I love the artwork. It totally ties in with the theme. It pops. It really just grabs your attention. It works well with this game. And the theme, the idea that you are running a toy store and you're kind of controlling the market of what's hot, what the hot commodity is. That's a pretty cool theme. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I like that a lot. It wasn't just matching.
Mm-hmm.
It was, when I first heard about it, I was like, I don't know, this sounds a little too easy, but it's a little bit more than that because you are, taking into consideration what's the hot commodity and what you want to try to get out there.
Yeah, the mechanics really work well with the theme and just, you want to try to manipulate the market and do what's best for your own warehouse.
Yeah.
But you have to balance those two things out because if you're just solely focusing on the market, then you're not going to get a lot of points for yourself. And if you're only focusing on yourself, then you can't maximize your profits, if you will.
There's more strategy than meets the eye.
Yeah. Now, we tried this out 2 players. I tried it out with a lot of other friends and did some higher player counts. And I can tell you guys that this is an awesome 2-player game. I think it works fabulous for 2 players. After we played it at 2 players, we had some thoughts. This might not work so well with higher player counts because there's a lot of manipulation in the game. So there's not a lot of things you can control as far as what the other players are doing. But I can tell you guys that after having played at a 4-player count, it's just as good as at a 2-player count. I was pleasantly surprised by that. Sam, what did you think as a 2-player game? You being the non-gamer, what did you think?
I liked it. I mean, like I said, it seemed a little too simple at first, but it's really more, there's more to it than you think at first. And it is a quick game. It's easy to understand, even with the
I think it's 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, so I think it's a great one to bring out with non-gamers and gamers alike. I think you could easily play with all gamers. It might be a little, basic for all just gamers, but it works well with mixed company or either or.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of the people I played with were gamers, and I felt like they enjoyed it. They had a good time with it. I know I did. Like Sam said, it seems simple on the surface, but as you get into it and you start to realize, wait a second, my warehouse isn't exactly how I want it to be, or the market's not exactly how I want it to be, and then you're watching what everybody else is trying to do with their warehouses. There's a lot to think about with this game.
Yeah.
It really kind of sucks you in, and you start to realize as you get into the 3rd, 4th, 5th round of this game, just exactly what you should have been doing and maybe where you went wrong and just, that sort of thing. It's only, 6 rounds, so it's not a long game, and you can definitely get more than one play-in on this in a night. And it'll give you that good brain-burning experience just a little bit. And so I think this is a fabulous card game here. Works great at 2 players, like we said, and higher player counts. Anything else that you would share on this one, Sam?
No, I think it's a great game to definitely have in your stash and to be able to bring out with all kinds of friends.
Yeah. And again, that artwork, that theme, man, it works real well with this game. So that is Overstock from Play for Keeps.
Make sure to like and subscribe and push the bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.